Hello everyone and welcome to the Battle for Azeroth beta. Here I am on the Survival Hunter, the melee specialization of the Hunter class. I actually had a lot of fun while I was playing through this class. I haven't really played it before in the past, but as I did on the beta, I actually enjoyed the time and it felt pretty fluid and fun in my opinion. So the Survival Hunter is an adaptive ranger who favors using explosives, animal venom, and coordinated attacks with their bonded beast. So the way I'm going to go through this video is I'm going to explain the rotation, go over the talents, and then show you actual footage of combat. So we have our ability Raptor Strikes, our main ability, and also kill commands like our second main ability, which is more focused on our pet. We have Serpent Sting, which does poison damage over time with a 40-yard range, so you can use that from a good distance. Harpoon, this will basically throw you to your target. Wildfire Bomb is an AoE ability. He just throws a bomb to the ground and does a bunch of fire damage over time. And Coordinated Assault, which is your big cooldown ability, which gives you and your pet a 20% buff, and it helps with kill command to reset its cooldown. It's increased by 25% while this is active. So that's like your core rotation, the abilities you're going to be using the most. But if you look into my action bar, things look a little bit different. And that is of course because of the talent points. So as you see here, much like any class, your talent points are going to be either some kind of new ability, some kind of buff to your other abilities, some survival instinct abilities, and things like that of course. So as you can see, you read through them, really just reduces cooldowns or it buffs your ability, and some things just make it, I don't know, there's some kind of quality of life in some of them, just in my opinion. Like for example, on the level 30 row, this tier, there's a talent called Butchery, which replaces Carve. Carve is your AoE ability. Butchery is also an AoE ability, but it does 3 times the amount of damage. So I think it's better than Carve, and it's also 3 charges, so you can kind of spam it at a time where you need some AoE. Because Carve did 600 damage, Butchery does like 1800. That's about 3 times the amount of damage that Carve does. You can get that from Butchery, so that's kind of why I chose this talent. The other ones are also AoE as well. Level 45 is kind of your survivability stuff. Camouflage heals you up. Natural Mending reduces the cooldown of an ability that heals you up, and Exhilaration. And Trailblazer gives you a movement speed increase. For the level 60 traits, it's pretty much a damage buff increase, like especially with a Murder of Crows. Very good ability, and it can reset very consistently if the target dies within time, within 15 seconds. You have Steel Trap, which is a CC that does damage to the target over time, and Bloodseeker just increases the damage of kill command and increases your speed for every enemy bleeding. So, and then we have level 75, which is more kind of utility stuff like Binding Shots, kind of CC. Post Haste helps you run away. This reduces the cooldown of your defensive abilities. And level 90, another damage buff with some new abilities unless you get Tip of the Spear. But I think Mongoose Bite is very important. I believe this is like the staple of the survival class because it does more damage than Raptor Strike, which is what it replaces. And it has Mongoose Fury, which stacks 5 times, increases damage by 15% each time. Flanking Strike, you jump to your target and deal a lot of damage. It looks cool, but it hasn't really worked out for me. And level 100 talents, again, more buff damage increase with Chakrams. This is an AoE ability, but I think Wildfire Infusion is best because it laces your Wildfire Bomb, and it gives it the ability to be one of those 3 Sharpnail, Pheromone, or Volatile Bomb, each doing their own thing, which just increases your damage essentially. And I think it's really fun how it changes, and it can help out in different situations. So I think that one's like the coolest ability to have. I'm not sure if it's the best, but in my opinion, I have fun with that, so that's what I use. And my pet is Cunning, gives me Pathfinding and Master's Call, so movement speed increase, and that helps me get out of stun effects and such. Of course, you can change your pet's talents to however you want. So how you're gonna do this, you're gonna open up with your Serpent Sting, you can use your kill command, and then you just kind of spam it out with Mongoose Bite. But for the opener, you also have your bomb, which as you can see on my action bar, it is attached to my letter R on my keyboard. And you have your butchery, which is your AoE ability. And this is the bomb. You can use that from a 40-yard range as well. So you're going to open up, like I said, with your serpent sting. And then you can send in your pet with the kill command because you don't have to be right next to him. It just sends your pet flying in. And then you can throw your bomb right here. And then you just go ahead and spam your mongoose bite. And then use your procs as necessary. As you can see, they happen to proc a lot. There's some times you can get a crazy chain of kill commands. Just do like a lot of damage. And of course you have your serpent sting. The only thing about serpent sting with the proc is sometimes it feels awkward, like when you're doing melee damage. Like you already opened up a serpent sting and then you get a proc to use it. It kind of interrupts your whole rotation. It's not too bad, but it just feels awkward at times. Like I don't know if you saw right there, I had like 3 or 4 kill commands in a row. But again, after you do your serpent sting kill command and your bomb, you can also just spam mongoose bite to get the mongoose fury, which increases the damage done by mongoose bite by a certain percentage. And also one thing to mention is you see number 0, which is my men pet ability. Very useful because at times it can really out heal the amount of damage they take from enemies. Very useful. And on the equal signs ability you saw me use was your coordinated attacks. Basically gives you and your pet a 20% damage buff increase for like 20 seconds. And then that's on a 2-minute cooldown. It's pretty consistent. You can do a good amount of damage. So again, men pet, really useful, especially because you can really fight anything. I'm fighting these elites. He's taking all the aggro and I'm healing him up. And we're doing some pretty good damage. I'm not sure if I'm doing more damage than say I did on Beast Mastery, but it does feel more fun. The energy or the focus management doesn't seem too bad. The only time is when you use mongoose bite back to back to back, it can be a lot of focus. But you see right here, look at this. 2, 3 in a row. That's 4. That was 4 kill commands in a row, maybe 5. I don't know, he feared me off. But you saw that it was just back to back to back kill commands. You can do a lot of damage at that point. If you're wondering what those other buffs are up there, it's from these items, these equipment that you get that basically replaces your artifact weapons. Just your chest piece gives you some talent points essentially. I did try flanking strike. I thought it would be a good ability, but I feel like mongoose bite is just way better in every way. Just more of a staple to the overall class in my opinion, because it always gives you something to do while the other one's on a 30-second cooldown, and then you have to revert back to Raptor Strike. But anyways, thanks for watching my video. If you enjoyed this, sub to my channel and give me a like, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.